I've had a few inquiries this week about bedtime battles and bedtime struggles and resistance, so I thought it might be nice to come on here and come on here and talk about it a little bit. So when you're looking at child's sleep and the bedtime battles, and it's taking a long time, it's a huge song and dance to get your child ready for bed or in bed or falling asleep. You want to look at three kind of science sleep things that might be going on before you're looking at a behavioral approach in terms of what might be going on for your child. So the first one, you want to make sure that the timing of sleep is right. Have they built enough sleep pressure up throughout the day so that they're feeling tired? If they're going to bed too early for their for the amount of sleep that they need, their body's not going to be ready, and that's could be a piece of that pushback of what might be happening. Or there's, I don't want to say too much sleep pressure, but they're past the threshold of when they should be going to bed, and the hormone cortisol has kicked in, or the stress hormone, which makes it more difficult to fall asleep. So looking at the timing of sleep and the amount of sleep pressure that's geared for your child is key to look at first. Secondly, is their central nervous system regulated? Are they ready to wind down to prepare for sleep? Have they got enough connection time? Have they gotten enough movement during the day? Have they gotten enough of a transition from doing wake time activities to making that transition for their bodies to fall asleep? Is that regulated, or is there something else going on that their body needs to help them prepare for sleep? And then thirdly is the sleep environment. Is it a cool, dark, like bedroom with white noise or other distractions taken into consideration? Go into your child's room, close the door. Is it dark enough? Do they need something else, or is it too dark? Go in there and have that conversation with your child if they're verbal, in terms of what might be going on around their sleep environment. So when you're looking at before you're looking at behavior reasons of why you might be having a bedtime battle, you want to look at those three things and make some tweaks. Give it about a week or so in terms of making those adjustments to see if that's enough to make the bedtime battle less of a battle and more enjoyable for everybody. So you want to be a detective and look at why is their sleep issues, what is going on. So are you looking at, have you made changes to the bedtime habits? Did you always rock them to sleep and now they're not? So when you're looking at the expectations, when you're creating new habits, it takes time. And change is hard, and children do protest to the changes that when you're making a change to their routine. So visuals can be really helpful. Setting timers, clear expectations, a clear, consistent, calming bedtime routine is very key, so that children can know what's coming up next, and to be safe in knowing that your expectations are consistent. So they know that this is the new habit, this is the new routine, and that you're feeling calm and confident in your plan to make those adjustments to bedtime sleep, so that they can feel safe and secure, knowing that you're feeling confident in this new plan or this new bedtime expectation. So if your child has some worries or some fears at that bedtime, you want to build their skills into their day in terms of what they might be able to do. Talk about it, give them strategies of what they can do, and practice those during the day, especially if they're verbal. That can be really helpful. You want to check in to see, is impulse control in the way? Are they not ready to move to from a crib to a bed? And so that's often a big time for bedtime battles, is their impulse control is too strong, or is too strong, so that they're not able to stay in a bed if they've moved the transition from a crib to a bed. So looking at what the bedroom environment would look like, because they don't have the concept or the control to be able to stay in their bed. So you need to make the whole bedroom like a big crib so that they're safe in that environment, and they need some consistent reminders of this new expectation or this new plan, the new expectation around sleep. So when you're making these changes, you'll want to see some progress by night 4. Night 1 might be okay. Night 2 and night 3 might be more struggle, as they really push to explore whether this consistency, this is the new plan, this is the new expectation. There might be some of that protest and pushback, and that's where we need to look at, are they truly dysregulated, or are they protesting? And you as the parent has to be a detective in terms of figuring that out. So in terms of where your child's coming from. So if they're truly dysregulated, they need more of your support while they're learning this new plan. And if they're protesting, then you would respond in a way that you would protest lovingly, giving loving boundaries, and loving and consistent boundaries, as if it were an expectation that would be during the day. Sometimes it's harder for us to do those, make those expectations at nighttime. Our buckets are less full, we're tapped out, we're more tired, we just want them to go to bed. So it's checking in with us as adults in terms of how we're responding and how we're feeling. Are we exuding confidence, or are we exuding anxiety around this plan and these changes, or around bedtime in general? Because kids can pick up on that. So hope that there was something that you got from this, and if you have more questions or want to reach out to me, feel free to do so. Have a great day.